I'd start this video by, just going here. I turned off the music. Are you kidding me? Okay, known fact. By doing the, training stupid, heist, things, yeah, it breaks your game. Or, well, it doesn't really break your game. But in terms of, like, your builds, you have to redo all your perk decks. Just keep that in mind. So I'm gonna be here for a while, redoing my perk decks. That's what I have to deal with. Anyways, we're here to talk about the technician skill tree. Don't pay attention to any of these skills. They're not going to go into any future videos, so don't even look at them. Just don't, just don't, no, oh no, oh no, oh no, I think I messed up. I think I messed up somewhere. Oh. Anyways, let me just buy this. Let me. Okay, there we go. Anyways, hello everybody, welcome back to another Payday 2 video. Today we're going to be doing the technician trees and sub-trees. Sorry if this is a bit late. I'll be in the Captain Diamond Talks later. If there is a Captain Diamond Talks later, who knows. But anyways, so in this new update that came out a few weeks ago, I'm sure everybody has pretty much covered these trees already. I know Noli is almost to the end. But I don't know, maybe we could do ghosts at the end of this if we're really fast. I'm not entirely sure if I even covered the technician skill tree in Fort. I probably should. I probably should have looked at it before I even did anything. Anyways, so we're gonna be covering the technician and maybe the ghost skill tree. But anyways, you probably don't want to keep hearing me ramble. You want to hear me talk about these, anyways. So, hold on. Okay, there. So, anyways, in the engineer, funny engineer because Team Fortress 2, the engineer is focused on turrets. You like that little joke that it did? Anyways, third law, basic, and you can pretty much teach yourself how the stupid point system works. Anyways, basic, the cost of deploying a sentry gun is reduced to 56%. I don't know what that means. Your sentry guns can gain a protective shield, but this is basically the sentry tree. Nothing really. Well, I mean, there is something useful here, and I'll get to that in a second, kids. But anyways, I don't know the cost of deploying. I don't even, like, does that mean, like, to drop it, or, like, your ammo? I don't know what that means. Sentry targeting package. Basic, your sentry guns gain a 100 increase in accuracy. Ace, your sentry guns rotation speed is increased by 150%, and your sentry guns also have 15% or 50% more ammunition. Echo Sentry, the cost of deploying a sentry gun is reduced to 48%. I still don't know what this means. Your sentry guns gain 150% increase in health. Then we go into here, engineering. Basic, you can now select a less noisy version of the sentry guns, making them much less likely to be targeted by enemies. Aced, you can now toggle HP rounds on your sentry guns, lowering the rate of fire by 75%, but increasing damage by 250%, and allowing it to pierce through enemies and shields. I have no idea, like, no really reason why we need suppressed sentry guns, but that's just my thing. And then we get to the good stuff, the good part here, what really makes the engineering tree so worth it, just so worth it. Jack of all trades. Basic, you deploy and interact with all deployables 50% faster. Aced, you can now equip a secondary deployable to bring with you. If your deployable is equipped as a secondary deployable, you can only bring half of what you what you would bring if it was equipped as a primary deployable. Press X to toggle between deployables. So you'd probably be like, what does this mean? What is second deployable? That you're stupid. Basically, in the game now, if you ace this skill, and this is really good for stealth builds, and I will get to in a second why that is good for stealth builds, but it basically gives you the option to toggle between one deployable and another deployable. So if you were doing maybe like a medic build, medic build coming soon maybe, you could do doctor bags, and as a primary, you have the 2 doctor bags, and then as a secondary, if you own the Jack of all trades skill, you can have mini first aid kits. I think if you have a total, like all of them, it brings half, so you probably will get 7 of those, which is really cool, because if you want to be the medic guy on your team, then that's a really good skill to have. And then lastly, tower defense. Nobody cares. Who cares about sentry guns? Sentry guns are like the least important. Like, nobody uses them. They're so useless. They take up ammo that I could just be using my regular gun to shoot things. Like, oh my god, sentry guns. I don't know. I've always found sentry guns useless, which is funny because, well, soon if we will be able to like ever do the whole pay the heist challenge, I'm going to be using stupid sentry guns and trip mines for the wolf build. And then we go into Preacher. Oh, by the way, a basic, you can now carry 1 extra sentry gun, and then ace, you get 2 extra. Yeah. Hardware expert. Oh, by the way, as a little update, main update is they switched the shotgun impact skills, so now it's actually switched to 5% basic and then 10% aced. So I feel like that's a more, I guess, how would I put this? More understandable kind of way. Like, hey, that makes sense. You know, the least is basic and the ace is like higher. So as we go into Breacher, hardware expert, basic. You fix drills and saws 25% faster. Drills and saws are also silent. Civilians and guards must see the drill or saw in order to become alerted. Ace gives you drills and saws a 10% chance to automatically restart after breaking down. Now, what does this all mean? What does this all mean? Everybody, this means that if you just basic this skill, that's really all you need to have silent drilling anymore. It's so beautiful now. We don't have to hear the crappy loud drills anymore. And moving on to here, combat engineering. Basic. The radius of your trip mine explosion is increased by 30%. Aced. Your trip mine damage is increased by 50%. Drill sergeant, which is probably the most actual useful skill to have for your drills, to be honest. Basic. Your drill and saw timers decreased by 15%. Aced. Your drill and saw timer is decreased by an additional 15%. Now, I don't know if this applies to, say, maybe, I would say lesso saws, like any other saws, because I found those to be kind of odd putting, because at one point they actually did have them at a certain point where it had the drill coding in Aftershock, so you could actually just do it really fast, but then they changed it. And now I just don't know, like, if the saw, like, what saws they're talking about, but who knows. I guess those are, like, I don't know, those are different types. Anyways, moving on. More firepower. Basic. You gain 1 more shape charge and 4 more trip mines. Ace. You gain 2 more shape charges and 7 more trip mines. Kickstarter. Which, you're probably thinking in your head, oh, this skill must be useful. It's not really. Basic. Your drills and saws gain an additional 20% chance to automatically restart after breaking. Ace enables the ability to restart a broken drill or saw with a melee attack. The ability has a 50% chance to fix the drill or saw. The ability can only be used once per time the drill or saw is broken. And next we go into Fire Trap, which, by the way, I kind of find that useless, but hey, that's just me. Fire trap. Basic. Your trip mines now spread fire around the area of a duration for 10 seconds in a 7.5 meter diameter. Yeah, I know how to say that. Anyways, aced. Increases the fire effect duration by 10 seconds and increases the fire effect radius by 50%. Moving on to actually this will actually be useful because I can actually demonstrate what I was talking about. Anyways, steady grip. Basic, you gain 8 weapon accuracy, and ace gives you you gain 16 weapon stability. I feel like I've talked about this before somewhere. I feel like I've really talked about this before. Oh well, we'll forget about it. Anyways, ace, you gain 16 weapon stability. Heavy impact. Basic, your shots have a 5% chance to stagger all enemies except bulldozers and Captain Winters. Ace, increases your stagger chance to 20%. Fire control. Basic, you gain 12 weapon accuracy while firing from the hip. Ace, your accuracy penalty is decreased by 20% when shooting while moving. Which, by the way, I finally learned what hip fire is. And I gotta say, I love it so much because if you can run, and it's basically run and gun, but it was shotguns, and the whole fact that I can like reload, like you can reload on the go, and I can hip fire is so great in OP. I love that. So, hip fire, better than aiming down the sights. CS:GO. It's alright game. Lock and load. Basic. You can now hip fire with your weapons while sprinting. Ace. Killing 2 enemies with SMGs, LMGs, and assault rifles or special weapons set on automatic fire mode will reduce your next reload time by up to 60%. This bonus is reduced by 1% for each bullet above 20 in the total magazine size, down to a minimum of 20% reload time reduction. So, yeah, you figured that math out. I don't know how to Surfire. I'm gonna go with that. Surfire. I don't really know how to say that. Sorry. Basic. Your SMGs, LMGs, and assault rifles gain 15 more bullets in their magazines. This does not affect the lock and load ace skill. Aced. Your ranged weapons can now pierce through enemy body armor. Note: does not apply to throwable weapons. Understandable. Why would it? Body expertise. Basic. 18.75% from the bonus headshot damage is permanent applied to hitting enemies on the body. This skill is only active by SMGs, LMGs, assault rifles, or special weapons fired in an automatic fire mode. Aced. 62.5% from the bonus headshot damage is permanently applied to the hitting enemies on the body. This skill is only active by SMGs, LMGs, assault rifles, or special weapons fired in an automatic fire mode. So now I'm gonna take away all these skills. Just let me hold on. Let me take all away these skills. Don't worry. I'll let you know what these skills are used for. Don't worry. There we go. Now we're gonna go into Ghost because we actually have time. So what do I think about the technician skill subtrees? I would say that they've definitely made technician a bit more useful in terms of like drills and like hip fire if you want to go that route. Sentries though I still find the most useless thing in this entire game, and also trip mines. So yeah. Anyways, but here's the thing. That makes everything so worth it. Next in the Ghost subtrees, Shinobi, Chameleon, Basic, increases the time before you start getting detected by 25% while in casing mode. You can also mark enemies while in casing mode. Ace, you can pick up items while in casing mode. You also gain 30% more value to items and cash that you pick up. Don't worry, I'll explain everything. Cleaner, Basic, you gain 1 additional body bag in your inventory. Also increases the body bag inventory space to 3 from 2. Ace, you gain the ability to place 2 body bag cases. Don't know, I'll explain. Sixth Sense, Basic, 2 points. You gain the ability to automatically mark enemies within a 10-meter radius around you after standing still for 3.5 seconds while in stealth. Also, you can crouch while doing this, I'm pretty sure. Ace, you gain access to all insider assets. Cleaning costs after killing a civilian is reduced by 25%. Thank you. Nimble, Basic, 3, or I'm not going to go into the point system because, I mean, you can read it yourself. It says it right there. Basic, you gain the ability to disable 1 camera from detecting you and your crew. Effect lasts for 25 seconds. Aced, you lockpick 50% faster. You also gain the ability to lockpick safes. Ecm Overdrive, Basic. Your Ecm jammer and feedback duration is increased by 25%. Ace, your Ecm jammer can also be used to open certain electronic doors. Ecm Specialist, Basic. You can now place 2 Ecm jammers instead of just 1. Ace, the Ecm jammer duration is increased by an additional 25%, and the Ecm feedback duration lasts 25% longer. Pages are delayed by the Ecm jammer. Oh, so you have to ace it now? That's weird. Alright, now into Artful Dodger. Yes, this is where your dodge skills kind of come in. Duck and Cover. Basic, your stamina starts to regen 25% earlier and 25% faster. You also sprint 25% faster. Aced, you have a 10% increased chance to dodge while sprinting. You gain 15% chance to dodge while ziplining. Parkour, Basic, you gain 10% additional movement speed and 20% increase speed while climbing ladders. Aced, you gain the ability to sprint in any direction. Run and reload. You can reload your weapons while sprinting. Inner Pockets, Basic, increase the concealment melee weapons by 2. Ace, increases the concealment of all ballistic vests by 4. Dire Need, Basic, when your armor breaks, the first shot on every enemy will cause that enemy to stagger. This effect ends when your armor regenerates. Ace, the effect persists for 6 seconds after your armor has regenerated. Sorry, I thought there was a spider, but it was just a window. I know that sounds really confusing, but forget about it. Shockproof, Basic, when tased, the shock effect has a 30% chance to backfire on the taser, knocking them back. Aced, when tased, you are able to free yourself from the taser by interacting with it within 2 seconds of getting tased. I said that in a really weird sentence, so forget about it. Sneaky, Basic, you gain 1% dodge chance for every 3 points of concealment under 35 up to 10%. Ace, you gain 1% dodge chance for every 1 point of concealment under 35 up to 10%. Silent Killer, Basic, when your armor breaks, your movement speed is increased by 30% for 5 seconds. Ace, this effect also applies to your crew when triggered. Optic Illusions, Basic, you are 45% less likely to be targeted by enemies. Ace, you gain 1 concealment for each silent weapon you equip and reduces the concealment penalty of silencers by 2. Sorry, I just gotta do that. The Professional, Basic, you gain 8 weapon stability and 10% snap to or not 10, 100% snap to zoom speed increase with silent weapons. Ace, you gain 12 weapon accuracy with silent weapons. Low Blow, Basic, you gain a 3% critical hit chance for 3 weapons of concealment under 35 up to 30%. Aced, you gain 3 critical hit chance for every 1 point of concealment under 35 up to 30%. Note, it does not apply to grenade launchers. Specialized Killing, you deal 15% more damage with all silent weapons. Aced, you deal an additional 15% more damage with all silent weapons. Note, does not apply to suppressed sentry guns. Unseen Strike Basic. If you do not lose any armor or health for 4 seconds, you gain a 30 or 35% critical hit chance for 6 seconds. I don't know how that, like, initially works. Like, do you have to be masked, or, like, how does that work? Ace. Critical hit chance duration is increased to 18 seconds. So, I love the new stealth tree. But for many reasons, because this beta has pretty much broken everything. Everything. Fugitive, you no longer need any of these skills for stealth. So here is why I think this has gotten a lot easier. So, hold on. Let me continue on here. Yep. And yeah, let's go. Yeah. So, if you don't know what I'm showing you, this is actually kind of my stealth setup. Here, we'll go into my stealth build. See, I got 1 point. You see, that's the same. That's the same. Actually, that's not the same. Technician, this is all the same. Actually, steady grip is not the same. Ghost, all of these skills are kind of the same, except for that skill. I just get that in case of murky water, guys. Fugitive, I have no actual skills to, but yeah. But with this setup, you will be able, if you get a few more skill points, which if you probably ace this, and then you can get total ammo basic if you can, by the amount of points that you are gathered. And then you can spend, like, the last few points maybe on more, like, special damage, or even, like, if you're carrying a pistol, you get, like, one of these, or if you're carrying a shotgun, grab that, so you could be able to... Anyways, with this setup, you are pretty much the ultimate stealther. Reason being is because, yes, you have this setup, you know, and you gotta increase cable ties, and, you know, they stay down, and then weapon stability. Why do I have these skills? You're probably asking yourself. Well, I'll show you in a second. Enforcer, you know, you get throw bags, and then with this, it doesn't matter because the saw is now a full primary without a skill. Now the portable saw is the basic skill is a secondary. So you can go up to here, pick up the ammo bags if you need to. I'll show you why we need this for later. And then you go up to Jack of all trades. Now the Jack of all trades skill, the reason why this is so good and crucial for almost any stealth build is for the fact that if you need a saw, and if you got the ammo, bring it. If you got body bags, bring those. If you got ECMs, bring those. But here's the thing. With this initially gets rid of you having to buy body bags. Reason being is because if I have the Jack of all trades skill, I'll set ECMs to as my primary, obviously, because if I need to get out there as fast as I can, or if I need to do some, you know, my deployable, my secondary, will be a body bag. Just in case, if I am in a certain area where I need a body bag quick, and the body bag that I have placed is not there with me, I can just place this nearby, and there we go. Simple enough. Or, you know, just I need to place this anywhere. It's so simple now. The ability to now have a body bag case with you, and yeah, I mean, of course not two, but one is amazing enough. And with 2 ECMs, it makes stealth so much better and easier now. Well, I mean, not necessarily easier because, you know, there's other stuff, but in this sense. And if you need a saw, you got the necessary skills. If you can get up to those, I mean, you can pretty much, I mean, get rid of these skills that I have put into to get up to Enforcer. And if you can get fully loaded basic, dude, you got the necessary skills for a saw for whenever you need it. And you got the necessary skills for body bags and ECMs. Now, if you needed to, you could probably try and get a few skills into trip mines, so that way you can also have the whole boop boop little trip mines for stealth. And then you have become an ultimate stealth build. Which actually, we can actually try that. Let's actually, you know what, let's try that. I want to see if my theory works here. So we got 12 points. Look at that. Look at that. And look at that. And once I get enough points, if I can, I'll just get a bunch of trip mines. So you see, everyone, that now you can become the ultimate stealther. Because then you can have trip mines, you can have ammo, you can have body bags, and you can have ECMs, all because of this one skill. Jack of all trades has made stealth so much better now. Anyways, hold on, let me take back my points because I need to show you the broken system that I also looked up. Not really broken, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so you're probably asking yourself, why are you putting like so many skills into like accuracy, and then you got like stability and accuracy here, and then you got like I don't know, like, stability. Reason being is because, and don't hold on, we're just gonna be spending some time here, upgrading my my set here because well, I want to see if I could speed run the training mode. And basically, if you try and do that, it will reduce all your skills. So there you go, everybody. You know what, never do the training. Just never do it. It looks fun, and it is, but never do it, because then you have this tedious process. Unless there's a mod on LastBullet that allows you to do this faster, which I probably should look that up after this. Ah, boy. Anyways, so we're going to equip the burglar perk deck here. So it helps me out with concealment and such, right? And so, wow, I have... Alright, so here we go. Now, with the amount that I have, as you can see here, this also has a stat boost, yes. I will get rid of that if people are going to complain about it. Just to make everybody happy. Just to make everybody happy. Look at that. See, it's 29 now. It's fine. It's fine. But no, my Bernetta, yeah, it stays the same. It should be 34. It should be. I mean, it should be, as a primary weapon. But you know what? I'll just make you guys happy and get rid of it. I mean, I'm gonna have to spend money later, but who cares about money anymore? And of course, weapon butt, and the throwables, cards, and my deployables. Now, I will set my eSIMs as my primary, and I will set the body bag cases as my secondary. So now you're probably wondering, okay, so what were all those skills for? Well, look at this. Look at that. 100 stability and 80 accuracy with a Bernetti 9 because of all these skills that I have makes this gun, and if I had to, which I did have the points at one point, to make this gun do 50 damage with a stealth barrel. So as you can see, I have made guns be more stable and accuracy. So there you go. Yep, that's pretty much it. I have nothing else to say. I mean, that's really the whole point of this, is just to show you the technician and ghost skill tree, which I need to upload. And then the last one will be fugitive, and then nothing else. Actually, I guess I can show you guys off my builds. But anyways, I need to be in a hurry because I'm currently hungry, and I had to do a Captain Diamond talks, which is going to be an hour long because I'm changing the format, or at least an hour long. Hopefully, if I can make it. But anyways, yeah, so that's about it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this new skill change. I know a lot of people, including me, have found this skill change a bit, I would say, kind of stupid. Or, well, not really stupid. Like, originally I thought I was stupid, but now it's kind of grown on me. I find the game more fun with messing with points and everything, and it doesn't cost any money anymore. So it's like, what am I doing with my life with money? It's like I can do whatever I want with it now. Soon I'll be Mr. Moneybags, anyways. But yeah, I don't know. There's still some skills, like for instance, right? When we go in a mastermind, I find this mainly hostage taker the dumbest skill. Like, I don't care what anybody says. I've always found this skill stupid. And enforcer, pretty useful. Sentries I find stupid. That's, I guess, stupid. That's fine. I don't know, maybe stupid. That's stupid. And then, of course, Swan Song, the stupidest skill in the game. I don't care what anybody says. I know everybody loves Swan Song so much, but I find this so useless. That's just my opinion. And then there's Frenzy, which I don't even know. I don't know what any of the skills are. Anyways, yep, that's about it for me. I don't know, not really ranting, but just talking about the skills, telling you guys what's in them, and, you know, if you want, make your own builds. Which, by the way, I don't know why, but you can get more cable ties now. You can get a total of 9. I don't know what skills, like, whenever I get a headshot on some guy, like, a certain amount of headshots, I get a cable tie. I don't know if this is like some sort of bug in the game or something, but like you can have up to 9 cable ties now. It's so confusing. And if I could find that to exploit that into stealth, dude, more cable ties and stealth. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be amazing? Solo stealthing with more cable ties would be so beautiful right now. Man, could you imagine if that was a thing in Payday? Deployable cable tie assets. Man, that would break the game even more. Anyways, that's enough of me. So you guys can enjoy the rest of your day or something. I don't know what you're doing right now. I don't know. You could probably be watching, you know, some Netflix, eating some pizza, Grey's Anatomy. A very great show that I'm currently watching right now. Everybody's gonna say, well, isn't that a girl show? It is. It really is. And I don't care because I am there for my... Look, my dude, Alex, like, later seasons, he like, dude. Alright. Before we end this video, I need to talk about Alex. Because Alex, right, he just wants to be happy, man. He just wants to be happy. And he can't. Because his wife, or no, not wife, I should say, his girlfriend, he wants to marry her, and she can't. And I'll get into why. So he's upset about it, you know. I mean, I would be upset about it. And then later on in the episode, the dude, there's this other dude trying to be like, you know, a cool guy and everything, trying to be nice and everything. And he, you know, is very uncomfortable with her getting naked and everything because he likes some other girl. I don't even know what's going on because I missed a few episodes, but this is the later season. But anyways, the plot twist is that she is actually married and her husband was an abuser to her and would hit her, so she had to run away from him so he would never find her. And so if they did that, if they were trying to get into a divorce, he would find her, and she's in the fear of him beating her up. But anyways, we're getting into the episode. She's, you know, undressing, getting ready for bed, and the dude's trying to help her, and it kind of looks like they're, you know, about to make out, and Alex gets in, he's really mad about it, punches the dude in the face, is probably going to kill him, but who knows, because I had to wait next season, but I have more seasons to actually watch. But anyways, I'm getting a bit, out of hand here, but anyways, she should actually divorce with that guy, and if you know what, if the dude's gonna try and beat on her, Alex is there because he's a pro wrestler. He's gonna beat the dude. Everybody's gonna be happy. They're gonna get married, and the dude's probably gonna go to prison for being a wife beater, and that's about it. So there you go. That you learned something. You learned that I'm into a show that's so stupid. I'm sorry, I haven't been able to laugh today, really. Anyways, that's it for me. That's really it for me. We'll talk more in Captain Diamond Talks. But anyways, that's about it. Please check out some of the videos on the channel. Check out the Enforcer and the Mastermind skill trees that I was talking about. And yeah, that's about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. And I'm supposed to say that at the beginning. Anyways, that's about it for me. As I always say, see you in the next video. And stay safe. Have fun. Das vidanya. That's Russian for not. I don't think it's see you later. I know it's a type of goodbye. Das vidanya. It's a type of goodbye. There you go. Da. Yep. I should just end the recording right now.